Good day to you, students. I hope you guys are doing fine in your various homes. In our last class, we discussed carbon cycle, where we spoke extensively on how carbon is circulated in nature in the form of carbon dioxide. This day, we want to quickly speak on another topic titled nitrogen cycle. Nitrogen cycle. Now, by the end of this lesson, I expect every student to be able to define the term nitrogen cycle and also describe the circulation of nitrogen in plants, animal, soil, and the atmosphere as a whole. Now, to start with, what do we mean by nitrogen cycle? Nitrogen cycle is the continuous flow of nitrogen in nature. And what are the various processes by which nitrogen can be circulated in nature? We have all learnt about the air, which comprises of the highest percentage of constituents. That is 78% of nitrogen. Then, let's talk about plants. Plants cannot take in nitrogen ordinarily unless the atmospheric nitrogen is converted to nitrates by a process called nitrogen fixation. Now let's quickly look at this diagram to explain better. So what we're talking about here is, there is a picture of a plant, but these plants cannot absorb the atmospheric nitrogen you have in directly. Instead of doing that, the atmospheric nitrogen will be converted to nitrate by a process called nitrogen fixation. And there are certain agents that can actually help in this process of nitrogen fixation. What are these agents? You can make use of thunderstorm, that is the lightning in thunderstorm. You can also make use of bacteria. All right. Now, when the plants absorb this nitrogen now, after it has been converted to nitrate, then that nitrate will be absorbed through the roots of the plant, and it will be stored in the plant in the form of protein. Now, let's now come back to animal. Don't forget, animals cannot manufacture their food. Instead, they get their food from the plant. So, this animal will feed on the plant, where they also absorb the proteinous content you have in the plant as their own food. So that is why you see that we have some animals will be richer in protein than other animals. All right, let's quickly look at what we have just spoken on. Animals. The protein generated by plants is consumed by the animals so as to be rich in protein. I think that's what we have just explained in the diagram. Now, let us now look at another aspect. One of the characteristics of a living thing is death. A time will come when the plants and the animals will die. And when they die, they decay by some certain bacteria. That is, they decompose. When they decay, let's look at this. Whenever they decay, the protein content in them will now be broken down by what is called nitrifying bacteria. That is what we have here, nitrifying bacteria. And when it is broken down by nitrifying bacteria, it will produce ammonia and some certain ammonium compounds like probably nitrate and nitrite. And this nitrate and nitrite formed is what will now be utilized by the plant again, is what will help in the growth of the plant. So as the nitrate and nitrites are formed, the plant that is growing will also make use of this in supporting their growth. And I believe with this short video of mine, we have been able to simply explain how nitrogen is circulated in nature, from plants to animals, from animals back to plant. Anyways, this is just a preamble of what we are still going to do in the classroom. When we get to the Google Classroom, we are going to explain this in detail. I enjoin every student to join us in the Google Classroom, and as we watch this, I pray you remain blessed. Thank you.